So we've got a interesting team. We've got a werewolf, we've got a sludge thing, and we've got a straight man. I think what we need right now is a team leader to bring some cohesion to this group, because otherwise it's just all over the place. Let's roll right now and see what we get. We get 9 and 8. So that's Tragic, Performer, and Interstellar. We already have Tragic. Well, we have Struggling, which it's basically tragic. With the situation he's in. Do we want to have an Interstellar leader, like an outside perspective coming in saying, "Hey, you're not all so different. You all, Earthlings. Why don't you work together?" Sure. Yes, let's do Interstellar. So I'll meet you down there. I said I was going to meet you at Interstellar, but I think we're going to re-roll, now that I think of it. Because Interstellar is a bit too wacky, and our team's already crazy enough as it is. Yeah, let's re-roll. Let's use our re-roll now. 5 and 8. That's 8, 9, 10, 15. So 5, 8, 13. So we got Unremarkable, Tragic again, and Medical. Let's go with Unremarkable. Let's have an everyman be our team leader. I think we need... I mean, we already have someone who is grounded, but I think we need someone who people can relate to bring people who we can't relate to as much together. So, Unremarkable. We get a D10 and a D8 in 2 different qualities. So, let's make a note of that. D10, D8. We get Close Combat, a mental quality, and a social quality. So we've got Alertness, Conviction, Creativity, Investigation, Self-Discipline, Banter, Insight, Imposing, Leadership, and Persuasion. It might be funny to have our leader not actually have leadership, just have persuasion. It's like, come on guys, let's just work together. So yeah, we'll give him persuasion at D10. And I guess we'll give him creativity at D8. Okay. We get an identity principle. Principle of identity. We get a D10, a D8, and a D6 for our power source selection. So this man was unremarkable until he got his powers. He's going to be our leader. That much we know. We might even give him we might even bend the rules a little bit and give him an extra reroll, or just go with the constructed method instead of guided. But for sure, he is going to be our leader. I'll see you guys when I get down to the page. Alright, here we are at power sources. Let's roll. No doubles, that's always a good thing. 2, 3, and 5. So that's, well, 5, 7, and 8 as well. So training, genetic, mystical, relic, and powered suit. I like mystical to bring him up here with everyone else who's a little bit out there. Something mystical happened to him, so that way, the world can respect him a little bit. The sludge can go, maybe you are someone who can help me cure me. The officer, well, the officer is already on board. Okay, especially with helping his friend. Okay, so we'll go. I'll meet you at mystical. Okay, so we get 3 different powers and a D10, D8, and a D6. We get awareness, flight, presence, signature weaponry, teleportation, an elemental or energy power, a material power, a psychic power, and a self-control power. Let's give him presence and a D6 to let people like kind of respect him. Let's check out psychic powers. We've got telekinesis. I think that's a great idea, so that way he can communicate with the team. Or not telekinesis, telepathy. Well, telekinesis is also a great offensive one, but I always get those two confused. I put that at a D8. Do we want to give him teleportation? Or maybe a self-control? I don't see self-control being so useful for him. Well, not useful. They're all useful, but what I mean is I don't see them fitting his character. We don't know much of him, actually. We know that he's supposed to be the reader's self-insert. Let's give him awareness, so that way he, he doesn't miss anything. At a D10. We get 2 yellow abilities, each using a different power. We get modification wave, boost or hinder using a power, and apply that mod against multiple nearby targets. Mystic redirection. When another hero in the yellow red zone would take damage, you can redirect it to yourself and defend against it by rolling a single power die. And sever link. Overcome an environmental challenge using power. Use your max die. Either remove any penalty in the scene or boost equal to your mid die. I'm thinking we give him modification wave and sever link. Have him be very control, like battlefield control. Modification wave could be done with awareness, and sever link could be done with that's a good question. Okay, sever link be awareness. Modification wave be with presence. Let's actually spell that right. There we go. Okay. We also get an information quality and assign a D10 to it. So, D10 information. Do we want to give him information of magical lore and say that he's the self-insert but he knows magic stuff? Yeah, so he knows what a werewolf is, pretty much. Because he's supposed to be our leader, right? Okay, so we get a D10, a D8, and a D8 for our archetype selection. So far, we've got a strong leader. It's all in the principles, though, and how he's played. We'll see what comes up from the archetype selection. I'll meet you there. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and roll. We're not wasting much time here. No particular notes to speak of. Assuming I don't drop my dice. Okay, nice spread here. We've got 1, 8, and 10. So that's Speedster, Flyer, Robot or Cyborg, Sorcerer, or Reality Shaper. I don't see Robot or Cyborg. I don't see Speedster. Maybe Flyer, but I think Sorcerer fits better. Sorcerer or Reality Shaper? Let's go with Sorcerer, because Reality Shaper seems like it could just outright fix all the problems of this that this team has, as opposed to a sorcerer who is trying to find the solutions. And so yeah, I'll meet you with Sorcerer. Alright, we're here at Sorcerer. It was 10, 8, and 8. Yes, 10, 8, 8. I put the dice away, but I pulled them back out. We assign one or more dice that we rolled at the end of the power step to any of the following powers: an elemental or energy power, material power, a mobility power, a psychic power, and a self-control power. Elemental or energy? Do we want to give him, like, radiant to have him be a little bit holy? Or do we want to give him materials and have him be more mundane? Well, as mundane as a sorcerer can get, anyway. Or mobility. What does mobility do? Flight, leaping, momentum, swimming, swinging, teleportation, wall crawling. Now, so we can scratch out mobility for now. Psychic. We could give him precog and postcog. Oh, you know what? Remote viewing. So let's give him remote viewing. D2, D8, D8. Let's give him a remote viewing as a D8. And we'll put the other two into the remaining qualities. So D10, D8 there. Remove those notes. Okay. We get an information quality or mental quality. He definitely needs alertness, and he needs conviction, now that we know more about him. So, alertness at a D10, and conviction at a D8. Okay. We get 2 of the following green abilities using 2 different powers. Banish. Hinder using power, use your max die. If you roll doubles, also attack using your mid die. Energy Jaunt. Attack multiple targets using power, using your min die against each. Powerful Blast. Attack using power and use your max die. And Subdue. Attack using power, hinder the same target using your min power. I like Banish and Subdue. So, Banish, Subdue. And those are both active powers. What powers to use with those two? I'm thinking Banish with telepathy. Or, no, I'm thinking teleportation, never mind. You know what? No, that doesn't make sense. Well, okay. It could make sense that he's, like, feeling a bunch of junk information into his head. Just going blah, blah, blah into his head. And Subdue with presence, for sure. So, telepathy and presence. Let's actually spell that right. Okay. We get 1 of the following yellow abilities. Chords of Magic. Destroy all bonuses and penalties on a target, then hinder that target using power. Use your max die. Field of Energy. Attack multiple targets near each other using power. And Living Bomb. Destroy 1 D6 or D8 minion. Roll the minion's die as an attack against another target. Let's go ahead and give him Living Bomb, because that gets rid of some, like, weaker minions and does an attack. Well, hang on. Do we want him to outright kill minions, like, on a moral perspective? Because he's supposed to be our leader. Let's give him Chords of Magic. Comic book code. That's an active Hinder the target using awareness. Right? No, that doesn't make sense. Telepathy. Okay. Choose an esoteric principle. Okay, so we get a principle of esoteric. We get 2d10 for a personality selection. So I'll meet you with personalities. So we're here with personalities. And I like the idea that even though he's a sorcerer, he's not the most powerful member of our team. But he's still the leader. Like, all the other powerhouses go to him and say, hey, listen, you're the only one here who doesn't want to be the leader. We should respect you because you're the most grounded of us all. Personalities. We got doubles. 4 and 4. So mischievous or fast talking. I don't like either of those two. You know, is there a excuse me, that's my phone. I apologize for that. I don't see reluctant here. I know we already rolled our dice and we already used our reroll, but you know, I'm gonna say screw it and reroll one more time. Because this is our leader. I said before he gets one extra reroll. Double 10s. So that's alluring or arrogant. Okay, so we're going back to 4 and 4. I guess we'll give him fast talking. So fast talking. And let's scroll down to that page. I mean, I guess the dice kind of showed me you can't re-roll because you'll get something a lot more inappropriate. Inappropriate to the character, I should say. Right. We get a roleplay quality out of D8. So, reluctant leader. Because we've been talking about it a lot, so I think that's a good quality. We also get an auto ability. Let's scroll down on our notes page. Hinder minion or it would help if I could spell tenant by rolling your single quality die. Let's say persuasion, because he's trying to talk them down. Persuasion die and increase that penalty by -1. Okay. And then we get to our favorite section, the red abilities. I think it's just the next page, or maybe the page after that. If it's not the page after that, then I'll meet you there. Assuming that the thing will load. It's the page after this, I know for sure. Okay, here we go. Right. Let's see here. We don't have any athletic powers. We don't have any elemental or energy powers, so we can skip those two. We don't have any hallmark powers. We've got intellectual powers because of awareness. Calculated dodge. You can take 1 irreducible damage to reroll the dice pool of a target that is attacking or hindering you. Give time. Boost another hero using power. If the hero has already acted for the turn, use your max die, and that hero loses health equal to your min die. That hero acts next in turn order. I think that's great for our team leader. So we'll give him give time. Reliable aptitude, we kind of know what that is. Unerring strike. He's not really an attacker. What else we've got? Materials, he doesn't have any material powers. Mobility, he doesn't have any mobility powers. Psychic, here we go. Dangerous hinder. Hinder using power. Use your max plus mid die. If you roll doubles, also attack the target using your mid plus min die and take damage equal to your min die. Dire control. Select a minion. That minion is now entirely under your control and acts at the start of your turn. If you are incapacitated, you lose control of this minion. You may also choose to release the minion at any time. At the end of the scene, this minion is defeated. Do we want him taking on other people's minds? That's basically what this is if not their minds, then their bodies at least. Let's pass on that for now. Final Wrath. Attack using power, use your max plus min die, take a major twist. He could go for a attack power. That'll be what we pick if we can't find anything else. Give time, we already have that. Impenetrable defense. Defend using power with your max plus mid die against all targets against you until your next turn. Impossible knowledge. Start your turn, change any penalty into a bonus. Summoned allies. He's not a summoner, so let's not get summoned allies. Self-control power. We don't have any self-control powers. We don't have any technological powers either, so we can skip that. So everything else is quality stuff, assuming that the page will load. There we go. Information, magical lore. Okay. Critical eye. Select a target, boost using quality, using a max plus min die. The bonus must be used against that target on your next turn, or else it is wasted. Discern weakness. Remove a bonus on a target, hinder the target using quality. Use your max die, and that penalty is persistent and exclusive. I like that. Discern weakness. Discern weakness with magical lore. Okay. Then we go on to the principles. I'll meet you on that page. And we're here with Esoteric Principles. Principle of Destiny is very tempting. Where he's like deemed to be the leader. But what else we got? We got Elemental Energy, Exorcism, Fauna. I'm guessing the next one is Flora. The Future, Immortality, the Inner Demon, Principle of Magic, the Sea, Space, Time Traveler, the Undead, which I think is the last one. Yes, it is. So let's go with Principle of Magic. Yeah, I think that fits better than Principle of Destiny. So, Principle of Magic. Okay? And then Identity Principle. I'll probably have to meet you down there. Identity. Okay? We've got Ambition. But he's supposed to be the reluctant leader. Amnesia, Detachment, Discovery. I don't think any of those fit quite right. Levity, the Loner, Nomad, Peace. Principle of Peace might be good, where he's trying to just like get everyone to stay calm with each other. Rage, Savagery, the Split, the Spotless Mind. Scrolling down. Oh, that's it. Okay. So, do we say Principle of Peace? Or do we look for another one outside of this group with our Repconn step? What else do we got here? I'm looking at the other ones. Zealot, Self-Preservation, Order. Yes. Let's go with Order. Unless there's like the team. There is the team, isn't there? Let me find that real quick. On second thought, I'm gonna go with Principle of Compassion. Compassion. Alright, so that's our Repconn step, which means, yep, I'm done. I just need to type everything up and fill out the health and all that. We'll talk about our hero briefly, and then we'll call that the end of the episode. But actually, no, I've got a couple of announcements I want to make at the end, so stay tuned for that. So here we've got his character sheet. I'm thinking we go and change Sludge's real name from Michael to Samuel Sludge, and we use Michael for the leader's name. So let me open that up. Michael, up, too far. There we go. Samuel, and then we go back to our notes page, and we put down Michael. There we go. Right. I just need to fill in the physical attributes, but we're just about done here. One thing I did want to say to you guys, obviously, me rambling to myself is not the most engaging, so I want to finish this project. So next video is probably going to the last video of this particular project. But if you want me to keep going, I will need some help. I'll need a co-host to bounce my ideas off of and get some banter with. So if you're interested, let me know. Interested in joining in the show. For now, though, that's it. I'll see you guys later.